So I'm Katie. I'm a graduate assistant here, and we also have.
I'm Bella.
I'm Jefferson.
My name is Raina, and I'll be introducing you today.
Hi.
So today we have Haven Della Vecchia.
Vecchia.
Vecchia. She is a senior here at CCSU. She transferred here from Johnson and Wales University in Providence, Rhode Island. Haven is in her last semester of her bachelor's in psychology with a minor in social studies. After graduation, she plans on going to grad school for either counseling and higher education with a focus on student athletes or sports psychology. She wants to follow her passion for destigmatization of mental health and therapy within marginalized communities alongside her passion for social and racial justice. Thank you.
Okay, so hi everybody. Just heard that little spiel. I do work in counseling services. I'm the peer outreach worker, so I just do stuff like this. I go to dorms sometimes, I do student clubs, and I go to different classes. But today I will be talking about mental health and substance abuse and some ways that we can choose healthy coping mechanisms instead of going to alcohol, drugs, or other unhealthy coping mechanisms. So I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, 1 second. Oops. All right. Can you guys see the presentation?
Yes.
Perfect. Oops. All right. So mental health and substance abuse. Some key points that I'll be talking about today is alcohol abuse statistics, marijuana abuse statistics, drug abuse statistics. So talking more like pills, cocaine, like that type of stuff. Mental health, and then I'll go on to healthy coping skills, all the services we have on campus, and then there'll be a slide with our group counseling options. So substance abuse statistics. So alcohol abuse, approximately 55% of college students between the ages of 18 and 22 say that they drink on a regular basis, which is 10% higher than people of the same age who are not in college. So because of college parties and fraternity sorority life, the access to alcohol is much higher for people who are under the appropriate age to buy alcohol. So it's much higher in college students rather than not college students. Injury and assault. Because of alcohol, there is a higher level of whether it is sexual assault or just like physical assault and injury. So approximately 2,000 students between 18 and 24 years old die from an unintentional alcohol-related injuries. So that includes like physical abuse, being physically assaulted, drinking and driving, and alcohol poisoning. So 696,000 college students a year are physically assaulted by another student who had been drinking. 97,000 students said that they experienced alcohol-related sexual assault and or rape. And 1 in 4 students reported academic consequences because of alcohol abuse. And this includes, but it's not limited to, missing classes, not turning in homework, and just a lower GPA or grades overall. Marijuana and drug abuse, about 45% of incoming college students say that they have used marijuana at least once. It was found that daily marijuana usage went up from 5% in like the early 2000s to 8% around now. I think this study that I pulled this from was in 2018. But after the start of the pandemic, marijuana use went up to 35% in college students, but binge drinking went down from 32 to 24%, so that's good. By 25, almost 35% of college graduates admitted to using prescription pain medication, but like not their prescription, like they were using it as a recreational type of drug. Most also admitted to mixing these pills with alcohol and other drugs. And the most common drug abused by college students is these types of pills. Common reasons for drug abuse. College is stressful, so it makes sense that people look for coping mechanisms. A study done in 2014, more than 75% of students admitted to taking stimulants to enhance academic performance. So, whether that is cocaine or Adderall or another type of drug. And then about 95% of students who have used substances said that they were influenced by a friend. So, roommates and stuff like that. So, the importance of mental health. So, anxiety and depression. Large amounts of college students, especially freshmen, because of the separation from families, new surrounding, social situations, and high academic workload, suffer the highest amount of anxiety and depression out of any college age student. 75% of college students say that they experience psychological distress. And since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, rates of depression and anxiety have increased. And now almost 70% of college students say, although they have feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression, they will not seek out help. And that is like the key point to this presentation that I want to make very clear, is that it's very scary to reach out for help, but we have so many amazing services and so many amazing people that want to help. Okay. All right, so some tips for healthy coping. I know it may seem easy, like, oh, I'm tired, so I'm gonna smoke a little, or oh, I'm stressed out, I'm just gonna have one drink. But these are some healthy tips that are also very easy to just start putting into your normal routine. So, first is getting plenty of sleep. Losing sleep can affect your mental and physical health, as well as motivation to go to class. So, be sure to get off your phone and any other electronics at least 30 minutes before you go to sleep. I know that's very hard to do. I am even guilty of not getting off my phone. Stick to a schedule. Be sure to wake up at the same time every day. I know some days if you have an 8 a.m. and the next day you have like a 10 a.m., like you might want to sleep in, but sticking to a schedule is really, really good for your body. Eat well. Listen, I get it. Like, I don't eat well all the time. I definitely do enjoy my Red Bull every couple days, but being in college is hard when it comes to food. But you do want to try to eat 3 healthy meals every day and some healthy snacks. You want to stay away from processed food, sugar, and caffeine. I don't have a problem with caffeine as long as you're not doing it every single day, multiple times a day. Like a coffee in the morning, I get could be part of your routine, but try not to drink caffeine all day long. Identify what makes you stressed. A certain class may make you more stressed, so try to get that work done first, or reach out to a friend or a classmate to see if you can get help in that class. And then if you have a person in your life who is causing stress, you don't be afraid to make space with that person, or just let them know, like, hey, I have a lot of stuff going on, like I just need maybe a day just to like be by myself. Like, definitely don't be afraid to say anything like that. And then don't be afraid to ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. And that is something I want to stress like so much. We have so many amazing services on campus, and asking for help just shows that you are committed to your degree, committed to yourself, committed to bettering everything. So just take the first step. And if you're nervous, find a colleague that or a colleague, a professor that you trust, or a classmate, and maybe they'll go with you and help you. Go to the library for tutor, or the learning center for tutoring. Come to counseling for a therapist appointment. Like, there are so many options and so many ways you can ask for help on campus. Now here's my little spiel about our services on campus. We do offer individual, family, couples, and group counseling. We do evals and medication management, case management, crisis intervention. We do risk assessments for students. We do consultations to CCSU faculty and staff regarding students they're concerned about, as well as training to faculty, staff, and students on a variety of mental health related issues. And then this slide right here is just a little list of our counseling groups we do every year. So take a minute to look at these. I can email over a little printout I have of this if you want to hang it up. But basically we have pretty much a group for every type of person. Ones that I think are very, very helpful are narrative therapy, because that really gives you a place and a group that helps you realize that your experiences and yourself are separate. And like, I know like a lot of the time you're like, oh, like I failed that test, like I suck, like I'm the worst, or whatever that may be. And this really helps you kind of separate yourself from the fact that that test is fit, like you failed that test, and like it's not you, like you are not the problem. Listen Without Prejudice is an LGBTQ plus group, and it just talks openly, and it's like support for one another and listen to each other. Womankind is a woman support group which helps develop self-esteem, confidence, compassion, and help develop a deeper understanding of self-care. Healthy Living is a group who struggle with substance abuse, but also helps with gambling or any type of addiction, and they use a 4-point model to help with that. The Connections Men's Resource Group is very similar to the Women's Kind group. It just focuses mostly on men and college men in the community and helps provide a safe and comfortable forum where the male population can discuss their hopes and aspirations. Calm and Connected just teaches core skills for reducing, managing, and coping with stress and physical symptoms related to long COVID and other issues. This one's really good, especially if you were like very, very much locked down and locked away from a lot of people during the COVID lockdown, because it allows you to have like a community of people who maybe have gone through the same thing. And that's with all counseling groups. Healthy Mind, Body, and Self is a support group for people with eating concerns, eating disordered or disrupted eating patterns, as well as body image issues. Peer Power is for students who are on the autism spectrum or who are neurodiverse, and it helps practice an array of social skills. And Latina Leadership and Development is for the Latina community on campus, just to help with campus engagement, event planning, and foster growth for life after college. And then Grief and Loss Recovery Group recognizes that grief is an emerging from loss and helps you get lasting coping skills to help you through the grieving process. So the benefits of group counseling, I mentioned a couple, but sharing feelings and experiences with a group can definitely help relieve pain, guilt, and stress. And it also just like makes you feel like you have a belonging in other people who are understanding what you're going through. Group therapy instills hope. Seeing people who are coping well gives hope to those at the beginning of their process. It allows people to receive support and encouragement from other group members who are going through similar things. Individuals can gain a greater understanding of themselves from the feedback of the group. The group setting provides a safe and supportive place to practice those new skills you may be learning. And being a part of a group whose members have similar experiences helps individuals see that what they're going through is universal and that they are not alone. So here on this slide is just our number if you feel like you need counseling, our website. Oops, I forgot to delete that. We're not using the U app anymore. But then our Instagram, which has updates on group counseling. There's sometimes some fun tips of coping mechanisms, stress relief skills, and all that type of stuff on there. So I definitely recommend following our Instagram page. And yeah, that's it. I can answer any questions if anybody has anything they want to ask. Yeah, does anyone have any questions for me or?
What happened to the U app?
So just not enough students were really engaging with it. So unfortunately we are allocating the budget to something else that students are using so we can create more drive to instead.
That makes sense.
Yeah, anything else I can answer for you guys?
I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but that was a really great PowerPoint. I found it really informative. So thank you for sharing that with us today.
Yeah, of course. And I can email over the list of our counseling groups if you want to hang them up because it has the dates and the times that they have them. And I can send over any other information if you guys want anything else. But thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah, sorry. I feel so bad, but I woke up this morning and my throat was just like not good. And I think it's with the weather changes and stuff. I was just like down.
A lot of students are out today at the center too, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting sick.
It's definitely the change in seasons.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, thank you again. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye, guys.